will be speaking about Mary Cassatt and her modernistic views of women that were transmitted onto her work as well as onto her life. We will also be giving a deep analysis of two of her famous oil paintings. Cassatt was an influential female artist of the Impressionist era. She was born on May 22, 1844. She never married nor had any children, but rather dedicated her whole life to her career as a professional Impressionist artist. The Impressionist movement consisted of paintings with characters of light, feathery brushstrokes, a heavy influence in bright colors, and abundance in light. Within Cassatt's work, we can mainly see the depiction of women and children. Mary believed that women are creatures that are complete within themselves, which gives us an idea on why she chose not to marry or why she usually chose women to model her work. This thought process of Cassatt also gives us an insight on why she chose to depict women the way she did in all of her art pieces. Cassatt, like all of the other Impressionist artists, was influenced by Japanese art that depicted everyday life in this matter of intimacy and closeness. Unlike other women of her time, Mary had access to paint scenery of external life, like her male partners, but instead chose to depict these intimate paintings of women in part to shine light upon the lives of women during the 19th century. Mary Cassatt's 1897 oil painting, Breakfast in Bed. As we can see, this painting depicts a mother and her young child laying and sitting on a bed. The painting's composition is set up very closely, almost too close, as if breaking the personal space bubble of these two individuals, or almost as if we were interrupting this sentimental and heartfelt moment between mother and daughter. Such composition alludes to the characteristics of Japanese art, where these close-up paintings give us this feel for intimacy. I have had the privilege of being able to see Cassatt's painting in the Huntington Library Museum, and I can say that pictures do no justice to this beautiful piece. Even the beautiful engraved frame that the painting is displayed on gives this magical and heavenly feeling. The golden frame could be inferred as placing this scenario between mother and daughter as a golden moment or a huge value, just like gold itself. The painting is predominantly white with different hues, shades, and tones of white. One could state that the abundance in white of the painting can come to signify purity and innocence within the bond of mother and daughter. This could also refer to a sense of peace and tranquility within the moment. Looking at the brushstrokes of the painting, we can see the loose and soft representation of both individuals, which can depict a mother's softness and gentleness. Looking deeper into the painting, one can infer that Mary was attempting to show us a different perspective in paintings of women. What I mean is, usually women were depicted in a charismatic and sort of flirtatious way that was acceptable in the eye of society. Yet, Mary seems to want to give us this behind-the-scenes picture that truly is a portrayal of simple and ordinary that happened in the daily lives of mothers. In a way, this comes to show the modernist views of Cassatt, that motherhood is more than just a simple task. But next, we will be looking into Mary Cassatt's 1881, A Woman and a Girl Driving, oil and canvas painting. Similar to Breakfast in Bed, A Woman and a Girl Driving has a close-up composition that resembles Japanese art. This close-up composition also restricts the viewer from seeing the full carriage and the full horse. Looking at the painting, we can notice that for a change, a woman is steering the carriage while her daughter sits along her right side and a male individual sits on the back seat. It is said that Mary captured this scene to paint in a park that allowed respectable women to move freely in society. Having a woman steering the carriage instead of a male is hugely symbolic to represent the modernistic roles that were transitioning to society and were soon to come. Depicting this also comes to show the support that Mary had for the progress of women to have dominance in creating a pathway for themselves and steering their own lives, rather than having a man do it for them. Inclusively, the young woman's daughter is symbolic to represent the future generations of females upon society. Having this little young girl next to this empowering woman comes to show that the modernistic views and actions will be taught and passed down to this child. as it is known that parents are the first teachers a child will have in their lives. Something to look at is that these two females have a firm gaze towards the front, sort of seeking what there is to come ahead on the road. This can be inferred to have a hopeful insight on the future of women. On the other hand, the gaze of the male stays behind as the carriage moves forward. In a way, this could be analyzed to be the hard transition of men seeing the modern views and thoughts of women. It also demonstrates that men, for a good period, don't see eye to eye with women on this feminist movement and seek out the past views that they desperately grasp onto. Notice that within the painting, the females and the males have their backs against each other. In other words, the females in this painting can be seen pursuing to move forward towards a modern and feminist future, while the male within the painting is seen pursuing old-fashioned ways and views. Something else to look into is the background of this painting that depicts a dark colored forest that could infer a dark road ahead for women's suffrage. Overall, Mary Cassatt was a modern and innovative artist that sought to implement these qualities onto her work. Her life and work were early symbols that advocated for the free will of women into society. Through the deep analysis of both Breakfast in Bed and Women and a Girl Driving, one can confirm that Mary used her talent and fame to subtly shine light on this controversial topic. Fast forwarding to present day, we are able to appreciate her devotion and feminist implementation onto her work that has helped bring awareness to women since the 19th century.